Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time tuning into one of my videos and you don't yet know who I am, my name is Stef and I'm the Psychic Soul Alignment Coach. And basically what that means is that I work with spiritual people and spiritual entrepreneurs to help them to do very deep levels of healing, also known as inner work and shadow work, in order to really be able to bring up to the surface these dark shadow aspects that they have in the form of limiting beliefs, fears, traumas, insecurities, and to really be able to transmute that darkness into light so that they can embody more of who they truly are on this spiritual level. And as a result of this greater spiritual embodiment, they're then able to go and more effortlessly create success in all areas of life. So that is how I help people here on my YouTube channel. I generally cover the topics of mindset, manifestation, healing, spiritual entrepreneurship, ascension, and anything else around that realm, and whatever else my spirit guides ask me to speak on. So feel free to go and check out the videos that I have on this channel already, past videos. If anything stands out to you, speaks to you, definitely go and watch that because maybe there's a message there or information that you could greatly benefit from. I also have playlists on my channel as well that you can check out. And if you're new to my channel, I'm currently going through a process of embracing more of this divine feminine energy and flowing with things and having more fun and just allowing myself to be guided. So I have no plan for this video right now and I don't know what I'm going to say, but I hope that it is of great value to those of you watching. If you're a returning viewer, subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to my channel and for checking this video out. I really appreciate you. So to let everyone know, I have a video that I am currently working on. It's like probably going to be an hour-long video maybe at this point. And it's going to be titled something along the lines of A Week in the Life of a Healer. And I'm just sharing like insights and experiences in my own process as I like go through things that I'm healing or working through or whatever that I really hope serves you. So if that's something that you're interested in, you want to watch that, then definitely make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. If you're not already, hit that bell notification button and change your settings to all so that you never miss out on notifications from my channel because I currently don't have a consistent uploading schedule. So I just upload whenever. So, you know, for you to not miss a notification from me, you have to change that little bell thingy settings to all so that way you never miss out. But yeah, today I just really felt like I want to talk to people on YouTube and I don't want to wait until this, you know, healers video is done for me to actually like then do another video. So I'm just going to get on this camera and hit that record button and I don't know, talk about something. So I guess what I want to do right now is I want to pull some cards to just kind of give anyone watching some guidance on the energy of this week, because I normally, like in the past, I would do these weekly energy readings, monthly energy readings to let people know, but I haven't been doing them lately because, you know, I've been going through my process and reworking some things. So yeah, but I really want to pull some cards and see what I get, and then we'll just go from there. So just give me a quick second to set an intention. All right, so we're just going to see what cards kind of pop up, what messages want to be expressed and shared today for the energy of this week. I believe the week is going to be from February 8th through, what is that, like 14th, February 14th? Oh, Valentine's Day. How exciting. Maybe I'll pull from the other card decks, like a special message for Valentine's Day or something. I don't know. I'm just on here doing my thing. Ooh, hold on a second. This card fell. Oh, I thought I was going to fall off this chair. I was like, ah! All right. So anyway, I got a lot of cards because I guess there's a lot of messages for us today. So grab a drink because this video might be a little bit long. I don't know. I'm going to try to keep it to 20 minutes. But this is Isis. Okay, this is from my Keeper of the Lights deck. Keeper of the Light. And these are the only two decks I have so far because I'm a minimalist and I don't like having a lot of stuff. So this is Isis. It says, manifesting magic, your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. This is the Shekinah, sacred self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. This is Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. The Divine Director, intervention and purpose. And it says, divine intervention is occurring. Know that you're being guided. Happiness is your purpose. And Odin, psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is and follow your intuition. So yeah, these cards are basically affirming my life right now. Maybe they're affirming yours as well. Because, if you're drawn to this video, chances are that you're in this kind of vibe as well. So, all right, so let me see here. What I feel like what's been going on is, and I guess maybe this will end up being a really long video. I don't know. Hopefully I can piece it all together because I don't have a lot of memory on my phone right now so far. But basically, what is going on here is that in January, we had a really intense month because it was a month to really allow ourselves to go through the process of continuing to break down old structures, old patterns, old mindsets, old ways of being, old ways of doing things, to really break that down, to really let go of things that we have been struggling to let go of, and just really leave in the past. And I feel like in January there was a lot of challenges with that sometimes, because we were so accustomed to doing things a certain way, or we were fearful of stepping into something new, or we just had certain internal reasons for not moving forward, whatever they may be. Everyone is going to be different, but there was some challenges and difficulties with releasing the old and breaking things down, and being able to get yourself ready to build the new and move forward. And there was a lot of confusion, maybe for some people, purposelessness, feelings of maybe being a little bit lost, not knowing what the next step is, that kind of thing. And that's kind of what was expected given the fact of the energy for January, because we're breaking things down. So of course it's all new. You're gonna feel a little bit in a kind of limbo when you're tearing things down and you're having to start from zero and build something completely different, right? And so that is kind of what happened in January. So if that's how you were feeling, then yeah, you were exactly where the energy was pulling you to be. Now, this definitely wasn't the case for everyone. I ran out of phone memory, so I had to delete some things. But anyway, as I was saying, this wasn't the case for everyone. But yeah, it was everyone on some level. I do feel did have to shift something in their lives that was no longer in alignment, because they're headed in a completely new direction, in a direction that's completely aligned with, or more aligned with their souls, with their higher selves, with who they truly are. And so they had to let something go in order to step into this new chapter, this new phase, this new direction. So everyone on some level was experiencing this, even though it may not have appeared that way to maybe you. When you see people out there living their lives, and you're like, oh, they don't seem to be bogged down by the energy like I am. They seem like they're very clear on this and that. I'm like, yeah, maybe they're clear on certain things that they're, outwardly expressing, but behind closed doors in, other areas of life, they definitely had to rearrange, rework, restructure certain things. So if you felt called to kind of go into hermit mode, in January, or around that time, December of 2020, that kind of stuff, and you feel like things had kind of slowed down or stopped completely or this and that, that was perfectly in alignment with the energy. So there's nothing wrong with you. You're not falling behind in any kind of way. It's going to affect everyone differently, and to different degrees, depending on, your own unique journey and where you're at and where you're intended to be and all that jazz. But yeah, that was kind of the overall energy of January. And now in February, this week at this time, a lot of us are being pulled to work on relationship things. Maybe you've been seeing certain triggers come up for you in regards to different relationship dynamics. This can be with your familial relationships, your working relationships, your romantic relationships, your relationship with yourself. But we're all being pulled to address these things at this time to really, do inner work around that, raise our awareness around certain things, make certain shifts to align ourselves with more of who we truly are and what we truly desire in life, and to also gain clarity around what we actually want in these different areas of life. Because if you don't experience the contrast from time to time, then you're not going to know that the thing that you're experiencing as contrast is not something that you want. So sometimes the contrast is a relevant part to helping us to gain that clarity of what we truly desire, right? So maybe you've been feeling this week, or maybe even last week, certain things coming up in regards to relationships for you. And that's perfectly in alignment with the energy, because that's what it's asking us to do at this time, because this is all part of us stepping into the new and rebuilding the new. And so in January, when we were kind of experiencing this feeling of lostness, purposelessness, lack of direction, that kind of stuff, like that was all perfect and divine and needed, because we were kind of in a way being stripped of the old stuff and in this kind of void. And when you're in that void, like that's just natural to feel. But now February is giving us this opportunity of really beginning to build, to start creating, to start moving in the direction of what we want. And so when we're in that void, when we're unclear, all we ask for in that moment is like clarity, like give me clarity. I want to know what my next step is. I want to feel alive again. I want to feel on purpose again. And I want this shift in this area of my life to happen. Like, I don't like this. And so then that starts opening the way up for clarity to start coming in and really doing deep soul searching. Thank you. That's what I was searching for. I had like my train of thought and I forgot. But yeah, soul searching. Like, it gave us the opportunity while in that void of soul searching and really getting aligned with our desires. Like, what do we really want? What is it that we truly desire then? At this moment in time where nothing seems to be making sense and all we have is this opportunity now to at least go within and figure out what does feel good, what does feel right, what does feel in alignment, right? So that was the purpose of the energy, was like doing this deep soul searching while being in this void, this space, this limbo. And in that soul searching, really getting aligned. If you're interested in getting really aligned with your intentions, with what it is that you truly desire, you can totally sign up for my course. It's called Soul Aligned Intentions. It's a 3-part video to really help you to understand what it means to set soul aligned intentions and how to really go within and really align yourself with the intentions that your soul is asking of you for your highest good. Because again, these last few months, like, our soul is really pulling us forward. Like, soul alignment is so important. And it's going to get stronger and stronger as we move forward. And so it's not just about, what we think we want anymore. It's about what we really want on this deep soul level, which is what I cover very in depth in that Soul Aligned Intentions course. So if that speaks to you, I will drop the link for you to sign up in the description of this video, in the comments as well. I'll pin it to the top of the comments for you to sign up to do that course. It's low cost and it gives you so much information. I think each video is like an hour long or hour and a half or something. So anyway, right, we had to do this deep soul searching to get in alignment with who we truly are, what direction our soul wants us to go in. And so because of that deeper soul searching and gaining clarity from that space, we're now in a position to start building, to start creating, to start laying that foundation. And that's part of what February is supporting us with, bringing to our awareness where we're out of alignment with certain relationships in our lives. Now, these are not just relationships with people. These are, our relationship to money, for example, our relationship to food, our relationship to our own emotions, how we process them, our relationship to, our own mental health or well-being, that kind of stuff, like just different ways of relationships, because a relationship is like how you relate to something or someone. So you can, take this and apply it to basically almost everything, I guess, and so this energy at this time, especially because there's I think some planets are in retrograde. Mercury's in retrograde right now or something. I'm not an astrologer. I don't, know a whole lot about these things. But there's a retrograde happening and 5 planets or something like that. I don't know. It's powerful times right now. Like Aquarius, we're bringing a lot of, stuff. We're shaking foundations right now. I'm an Aquarius, by the way, if you didn't know already. My birthday was 10 days ago or something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so we're shaking the foundation. We're breaking it down to build something new. And so right now with, the whole retrograde situation, it's helping you to slow down and to really look at the misalignment in these different relationships, in these different areas of your life, to really see that this is not in alignment with the clarity that you got, and to then be able to have that space, that opportunity to bring things into alignment and start building upon that, start doing your part to get that ready. So what's coming to me right now is kind of like when you have a farm or a garden or something. And so the first part was that vision, that clarity, what kind of garden do you want? What do you want your farm to look like? What vegetables you want to grow, that kind of stuff. What do you want to grow in this place, right? You had to get that clarity. That was what January was about and supporting you with, right? Soul searching, getting that clarity. What do you really desire? Now, this next part of it is that February is supporting us with is in part where I think it's called till the land. I think that's how you say it in English. But it's when you move the dirt around and you move it around to get it, soft and whatever, so that you're able to plant seeds there. And so that's what we're doing. We're tilling the earth, moving this around. I'm not a farmer. I'm not a gardener. I don't know these words. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're moving this up, trying to get it ready for the seeds that we're about to plant. And so that's what this whole energy at this time is supporting us with, is tilling this land. Okay, I'm recognizing right now that this is out of alignment in my life. These things are triggering me, because right now triggers are off the charts, I think, for people, depending on where you're at in your journey and what you're dealing with. It's going to be different for everyone, but you might have already experienced certain situations showing up for you, or people especially, that are triggering you. And this is part of supporting you with tilling the earth, you being able to dig in and be what is this trigger about? What is going on here? Because this is the very stuff that you need to unearth, literally, and bring up to the surface to work through in order to stop repeating those vicious cycles and patterns, and no longer continue to allow that poison or that toxicity to grow and poison your garden anymore, right? Your reality, your life, your future. So that's what we're in the process of doing in February, is tilling the earth. And this is a process. And, one of the biggest messages that has been coming up for me is patience, patience, patience. This is why I'm learning my whole, feminine energy flowing stuff right now, because I'm learning patience and trusting, surrendering. And this is something that we're all learning on some level, is it's at the beginning of the year, and so many of us want to just go out there and do things and make them happen and see them fast. I don't know if it's a natural human thing, but it's probably something we've all been conditioned to a certain extent, to have things now, want to see things now. But you have to understand, this is a process. You can't just grow the plants in the garden, necessarily from one day to the next. There's a bit of a process there, right? And you have to give it the time, the care, the space, the attention. You have to let that unfold. So, if you have a big old farm, or yeah, we're just going to go with farm because farms are bigger, it's going to take you, especially if you do it from how people did it back in the day, where you had the cow or the bull or something, and you had to have the thingy. I forgot what you call the thingy that moves the earth around, but you know what I mean. So back in those days, the men who did this work would have to like go behind the bull and like, you know, take the bull up and down row by row, you know, for acre by acre. And they had to do all of that before actually like putting the seeds in. And that took a lot of time and work and energy. And so I'm not saying it's going to take necessarily a lot of time, work, and energy for you to start seeing the seedlings that you have, you know, your like plants or whatever, your manifestations. But it does take some time. It does take some patience. You have to give yourself that space. You cannot just brush past the inner work. Like, you have to go within and do this work. Because if you don't, then you're basically creating a rocky foundation or a weak foundation to build up from, and so, or build upon. So you have to give yourself this space and not try to cut, what's the expression in English? I can't speak in English anymore, people. But you can't cut corners. There you go. I remembered. You can't cut corners. You have to allow yourself this space to work through these things and go within and till the earth or whatever, like go deep inside of yourself, release all of this stuff to really then be able to plant those seeds of what you desire in life, right? And this is a bit of a process. So I feel like that message of patience is really important. And like this card here, the Divine Director, is just affirming that, you know, it's like, know that you're being guided. Happiness is your purpose. It's one step at a time, people, please, one step at a time. And I really know, trust me when I say this, like I know so well sometimes, like not sometimes, but like I know so well how it can feel when you're in this space of sometimes feeling in agony because things aren't shifting in your life, and you're in a situation that you don't want to be in, or you're living an experience that you don't want to keep living anymore, and all you want to do is just like get out. Like you just want to get away from the pain, the hurt, the depression, whatever it is that's hurting you right now, or that is feeling like it's weighing on your heart right now. Like I get it. You know, I know how intense that feeling can be. And it's interesting because today, if you follow me on Instagram, you can follow my social media stuff in the description of this video. You'll have the links to my social media things. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook as Stef Ventura Coaching. And I'm also going to be changing the name of my Facebook community soon. So if you're my community member, stay tuned for that. I'm going to get around to it this week. Okay? All in perfect divine feminine timing. But yeah, you know, I shared on Instagram today like this video of me dancing and my story behind, you know, how like a year ago I was in a really tough place and I was just dealing with so much, and I just literally, I was in so much pain and agony, and I really just wanted to be out of that situation. But all I could do literally in that moment was just surrender to the process. I had no other choice. And I had to just simply take it one step at a time, one day at a time, knowing that so long as I stayed consistent to that and I did my best day in and day out to just move a little closer to, you know, feeling more empowered, feeling happier, feeling more grateful, you know, moving forward with my purpose, whatever. I knew that if I just kept taking one step, it's kind of like you're climbing a mountain and you just take one step. Eventually I would reach the summit. Eventually I'd reach the top. And I would be free from that intense heaviness that I was feeling and living at that time. And so I get this, you know, I get that when you are going through challenges or whatever, or you really don't want to repeat the things of the past, like the last years, like this is a new year, you want this year to be different and you want to really move forward with it and just like start creating things and start seeing that difference that you really want to create. You're impatient sometimes in those moments because you're like, no, but I just really want to create this. I just really want to move forward. I just want to drop the past. I want to turn things around completely and have this be so much better. And you're just like so eager to like do that and go out there and make it happen. But you can't cut corners. You can't, you know, skip steps. Like this is about learning how to enjoy the process, seeing all the blessings and everything. Being willing to put the time, the energy, the effort into doing things in the best possible way for you, which sometimes, requires us to take a bit of a slower course, right? No, that's, sometimes, right? Depending, but this is what we're being asked right now. This is why we're in the retrograde energy. Things are slowing down. You can't rush. You can't move past things. So, this is about really trusting, like, hey, like, you're on the path to happiness. Happiness is why you're here. Like, living your highest expression is why you're here. But in order to get to that, or in order to align yourself with more of that, because there's not ever a destination, you're just going to constantly expand to, bigger and more amazing things, and, more positivity, more empowerment, all those things. There's going to always be difficulties along that journey as well, but we're going to handle it with more grace and personal power, because we become stronger along the way. But that's like the thing is, like, perfect example is me, with the whole like thing that I posted on Instagram today. Like, it's interesting because, like, right now, as I said, like in my last video, I'm kind of just doing my thing and not really doing work stuff right now, because I'm just moving through certain lessons. And anyway, the point is that I don't exactly have this crystal clear clarity that I would like with my life, with my business, and how I'm doing things, moving forward and stuff. Like, there are certain things that are out of my control, and my life isn't the way I want it. But I'm not stressing out about it because I'm happy. Because, the last year really built me up to be this person who can now handle that uncertainty and that directionlessness and all this other stuff with so much more ease and grace and confidence, and knowing that it's all good and trusting. And so I'm happy in this moment. And life is good. But like a year ago, while I was dealing with similar situations and circumstances, I was stressed out. I was not happy. I was not a happy person. But because I allowed myself to go through the process one step at a time, one lesson at a time, one thing at a time, over the last year, I'm now at the point where it's like, yeah, like, happiness is my purpose. Like, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy regardless of whatever is happening or not happening right now in my life or my business. Like, I'm happy. I feel good. No, everything's good. And that's what it's about. Like, you have to allow yourself to go through this process, even though a little bit slow. It's meant to strengthen you. It's meant to make you wiser. It's meant to help you connect more deeply to who you truly are and all this other stuff, so that you can then become more of who you truly are. You can allow more of who you truly are to come through and embody that and be that. And as you do that, like, you'll naturally create this happiness from inside of you, this well-being from inside of you. And then, even when you're faced with challenging situations or circumstances or adversity or whatever it is, like, you'll be good inside of you. You'll be more at peace, more in your power, all this other stuff. But that is only going to be possible. Like, you're only going to be able to handle things in that way when you're dealing with those things because of the process that you went through, because you didn't cut corners and you allowed yourself to go through your process. I hope this made sense. Because sometimes I have a roundabout way of explaining things, but hey, this is how I speak. So that's what it's about. It's like, this is going to make you better. This is going to make you wiser, stronger, more resilient, more connected to your truth. Literally, like, if I hadn't gone through what I've gone through the last year, I wouldn't be as deeply connected to my truth today, which is what is allowing me to have more peace and happiness and joy and gratitude and excitement for my life right now, in spite of whatever's happening, right? And it wasn't the easiest journey, but I'm happy I'm here now. One step at a time, one day at a time, one thing, right? So, you have to trust. You have to trust that everything's working out. Like, don't be in a rush. This isn't a race. This is you slowly, steadily, not super slow. Like, you're going at the pace that you're meant to be going, so long as you're taking steps every day to a certain extent to the best of your ability, like, you're going at the pace you're meant to be going. So trust in that. Allow that to unfold, right? And again, this is Buddha. It says deep connection, inner awareness, or increased awareness, that kind of stuff. So this is about us going within getting to know ourselves more deeply, seeing what is going on inside, right? That we need to heal, we need to shift, we need to let go of whatever, and to shift that and address that so that we can, allow more of who we truly are, allow more of our true spirit to be set free, and for us to be more liberated and be more of that in the world. And also by being more deeply connected to, who we truly are on this level, we're going to be able to allow ourselves to be guided down the path that's truly for our highest good. But also, like this Odin card, see truth for what it is, follow your intuition. It's going to help us to tap in more powerfully to our inner knowing, to our inner compass, that kind of thing. And it's just going to guide us forward in life in creating things or doing things in a way that we're truly meant to be doing. Yeah. And also see beyond the illusions, to be able to see like why we've created some of the circumstances that we have created in our lives, the lies that we've been, or the illusions we've been under, and to really break free from that. Really break free from that in order to manifest magic, in order to manifest something new, in order to create something that we have never had before, but that we've been dreaming of so strongly. And so this is what it is, this is basically all these cards were like so on point for me, and I hope they were on point for you. But that's what it's about. And, I started doing this healing course a couple days ago or something, and to give myself the space. And I'm going to talk more about that in my upcoming video on like a week in the life of a healer. So make sure that you are subscribed so that you don't miss out on that, because I have a lot of really cool like insights and like wisdom drops I've shared in that video. But especially if you're a healer yourself and you want to, benefit from what I might have to say. So yeah, I started doing this course, and it just really gave me the space to actively work on things in a more like, focused and kind of environment. So anyway, through beginning to do the inner work for that, like I really was able to recognize like, oh, that's why I behave in this way, or that's why I think these things, or whatever, because unless I sit down and actually work on something, like most people, unless we actually like stop and pause or sit down and journal or whatever, like these everyday interactions, these triggers and stuff, they just come and then they go, and you just like deal with them and then you forget about them and you just keep living your life. But you keep living your life from this autopilot of still the same challenges and struggles. And it's only when you sit down and journal, you sit down and self-reflect, contemplate and stuff, that you're able to really go a little bit deeper with that, or much deeper with that, and really understand like what's really going on beneath the surface of that initial trigger, that initial reaction, and what is going on deep inside of you in terms of your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, and how it's connected to your past and stuff, in order to really break free from that and move forward. So I've been learning quite a few things about myself in the last 48 hours or so since I started doing this course, and it's just like really blown my mind, because I'm like, oh, like this is why this is why romantic relationships have been such a struggle. Like I gotta heal that. And so then I gotta do the inner work to clear that, and then manifest more of what I do desire in life. So that's what we're all being asked to do on some level, is like increase our awareness, see the beyond the illusions through doing the inner work. Because as I did this inner work for myself, I was able to see like all the false beliefs that I have around interacting with others romantically or in certain relationships, and the fears and the insecurities there that are from my ego. They're not really from who I truly am. And just really being able to see beyond that illusion and being like, this is not the story I have to buy into anymore. I don't have to keep feeling that way or believing that anymore. I'm going to do the inner work to clear that, to no longer be attached to that, and keep creating from that place, and keep myself on that hamster wheel, and keep dealing with that my whole life. Like I don't want to deal with that. Like I got things to do, places to be, things to manifest. I'm moving forward with my life. So this is it, right? So that's basically the message that I have for you today. I really hope that that has helped you. If it has, please give this video a thumbs up, a like, wherever you're watching from, because it always helps support my channel. And be sure to share this video out with anyone that you feel could greatly benefit from it. And drop me a comment in the comments below, letting me know how this message today resonated with you. And I think that's it, basically. Oh yeah, so again, if you're interested in taking my Soul Aligned Intentions course, the sign-up link will be in the comments. I'm like, where is it going to be? The comments of this video. I'll pin it to the top. If you have any questions about it, definitely reach out to me via my social media. The social media links are in the description of this video for you to DM me or message me and ask me any questions you may have. So that's basically it, I think. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. And I love you all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I will see you in the next video. Don't know when that is, but maybe you can pray and manifest that I move as quickly as possible for my highest good and everyone's highest good, and that this video gets up as soon as possible. So anyway, I love you all. Have an amazing rest of your week. Bye. Take care.